Yahaya Bello placed on watch list. IG withdraws security personnel. Bandits seek peace talks with Zamfara governor in viral video. Many killed as bus runs over ISWAP explosives in Borno. U.S. vetoes widely supported resolution backing full UN membership for Palestine. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. Now the news in detail. The federal government on Thursday for the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, on its watch list to prevent him from escaping from the country. At the Nigerian Immigration Service, in a circular dated April 18, 2024 and signed by Assistant Controller of Immigration, DS Umar allotted the police and the Department of State Services to effect the former governor's arrest. This came hours after the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission declared Bello wanted in connection to an alleged case of money laundering to the tune of 80.2 billion naira. The EFCC declared Bello wanted on its official Facebook page after a failed attempt to arrest him on Wednesday in Abuja. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, has withdrawn all police officers attached to the embattled former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. The order for the withdrawal is contained in a police wireless document released on Thursday. The 98th National Executive Council, which is NEC meeting of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, ended on Thursday with a strong resolve to unite various contending camps and rebrand the party towards returning to power in 2027. While part of the 15-point communique read by the PDP National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, predictably took a swipe at the APC-controlled federal government, it emphasized that the PDP leaders' new resolve to ensure early preparations for the 2027 general election. The report.
NEC charges all organs, leaders, critical stakeholders, and indeed all members of the PDP to close ranks, put aside every personal or group interest and work together in the overall effort to reposition and turn the PDP to power at the center in the interest of Nigerian people.
NEC charges all organs, leaders, critical stakeholders, and indeed all members of the PDP to close ranks, jettison every personal or group interest, and work together in the effort to reposition and return the PDP to power at the center in the interest of the Nigerian people.
NEC also commends members of the PDP with particular reference to the youths and women for their courage in resisting the antics of the divisive and anti-people All Progressives Congress APC in its desperation to emasculate the opposition and foist a one-party state.
NEC expresses serious apprehension over the spread of acts of terrorism and violence, including the escalated cases of mindless killing, mass abduction of innocent Nigerians, and marauding of communities in various parts of the country. NEC condemns the insensitivity, nonchalance, incompetence, and arrogance in failure of the APC administration, which continues to conduct itself in a manner that shows that it has no iota of interest or commitment towards the well-being of Nigerians.
NEC further demands that the federal government review all policies and programs which are stifling the economy with a suffocating effect on the lives of citizens, including the increase in price of fuel without cushioning effect, hiking electricity tariff, increased taxation and implementation of adverse fiscal policies.
NEC also demands that President Tinubu should immediately rejig his economic team to bring in persons of proven integrity and incompetent without bias and vested interest to assist in repositioning the economy.
NEC, after due consideration, demands that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu urgently convene a special National Security Council meeting to proffer a holistic solution and measures to curb the disturbing insecurity with its attendant negative consequences on national life.
And now to Imo State, where the governor, Hope Uzodinma, has again reiterated his zero tolerance for corruption practices among government officials. He stated this while addressing the newly appointed officials during a retreat organized for them by the Imo State government in Owerri, the state capital. The call is coming at a time residents of the state are seriously yearning for government intervention in solving the numerous problems they're facing. Trust TV's Ajibade Praise was there and filed in this report.
These appointees are a set of technocrats and professionals newly appointed by Governor Hope Uzodinma to work with him in his second tenure. While some of them are to serve as commissioners of ministries, others are appointed as special advisors to the governor in key aspects of governance. Uzodinma urges them to look beyond what they will gain and focus on what they will offer to the state by way of service and endeavor to shun all forms of sharp practices.
Whether you have been here before or you are just coming, we should see ourselves as one united team, ready to work and also to work collectively towards offering exceptional service to the people of Imo State.
Some of the residents, while speaking on the choice of the governor's appointment, told Trust TV their challenges and called for immediate intervention.
To, be more creative in what you are doing, because Imo State belongs to everyone. So if they're not doing well, it will still affect Imo Light. So this is the time I'm urging them or advising them to put more effort in what they are doing.
Thank you very much.
We thank God for the governor's appointment, and my advice to the appointees is for them to work really hard and make sure that Imo gets the dividends for democracy.
And economic challenge is inherent this time around. Cost of commodities are on the far side, so people are expecting something that will make them come alive, see that there is food on their table.
The expectation is the same thing that everywhere, meaning Imo Lights or Imo residents will expect. Something that we are expecting from the new appointees is that they should deliver on the dividends of democracy, make sure that they provide dividends of democracy.
The governor, on his part, said his intention is to surpass his past records and deliver better dividends of democracy to his people.
The opportunity to serve the public is a call from history, a chance to make your mark, to serve diligently and selflessly, and then you will leave a legacy that history will honor. But if you focus on enriching yourself, I can assure you, you will be forgotten.
While people of Imo State look forward to a much more rewarding second tenure, it is hoped that the state government will match words with actions and deliver on promises made to the people. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
Now, the Nigerian army were given a heroic welcome in the northeast region after a successful operation in Sambisa and Timbuktu Triangle during Operation Desert Sanity 3. The video clip captures the genuine and heartfelt welcome extended by the local communities to the valiant troops in appreciation of their successful operation. Military has sustained onslaught against terrorists terrorizing the northeastern region of Nigeria. Now, some bandits have called for peace talk with the Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal. The decision of the gun-wielding men were made known in a viral video on Thursday. In the video, a bandit, Garba Habib, who claimed to be the leader, appealed for negotiation between his group and the state government. He said the state needed to live in peaceful coexistence in Zamfara State. The acclaimed bandit leader also said that he planned to send messages to the military, Tukur Osman Gusau, whose warplanes have been bombarding bandits. Zamfara state government is yet to react to the video.
Fighting is not continue to Zamalahia. Peace is very important of you, because totally if you continue to look at the Eastern West Africa, you see Sulhu is very important for me. After that, I need to send message to Commissioner of Defense, Tukur Usman Gusau. He is the one of the send the aeroplane to come bush to bombing and bandit.
A sad development, no fewer than 16 persons were killed and 20 others injured when a commercial vehicle plying the Baba Kukhawa Road in Kukhawa local government area, Borno State, drove over an improvised explosives device suspected to have been planted by ISWAP terrorists. Credible military intelligence said that the incident occurred on Wednesday. The spokesman for the 7th Division, Lieutenant Colonel Ajemusu Jinjina, refused to comment on the incident as the location falls under the jurisdiction of the Multinational Joint Task Force, which is headquartered in N'Djamena, Chad Republic. Now, the House Committee on Ports and Harbour on Thursday ordered all terminal operators and the Nigerian Ports Authority agents to forward it all concessions agreement and development plan, amongst others, documents in line with the concession agreement with the Nigerian Ports Authority. Chairman of the committee, Nolim Naji, gave the order during an interactive session with terminal operators in Abuja. The report. We'll probably bring you that report on a subsequent bulletin, but the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, on Thursday sealed 4 supermarkets in Abuja over unfair practices by its management. FCCPC officials took the action during an enforcement exercise in part of the nation's capital. Officials of FCCPC were at several supermarkets in Abuja to initiate a campaign to enforce price, display and quantity compliance. The move is a direct response to concerns raised by consumers about the rising cost of goods, which go against the recent strengthening of the naira against the major currencies. The Commission said price discrepancies remain a significant issue. Acting Executive Vice Chairman FCCPC, Adamu Abdullahi, who led the raid on Thursday, said it was shocking cap rice and stallion rice were still stocked and still sold in the supermarket years after the companies had stopped production.
And I'm talking about the due diligence process that you are doing. Because it means that what I'm saying or what you are trying to tell me that is only what you are aware of that you will take action on. Right? If you don't know, according to because the police has made, he doesn't know you now, he has made a notice, a public notice, and they disseminated it. Right? So if you don't know, and you start engaging in
buying the products.
What? You know there are implications, legal implications for that as well? There are. Or you think there are not?
Another thing that really baffles us, nobody knows that Stallion Group has been comatose for a very long time. We know that there is no Kappa rice, yet we ban Stallion and Kappa rice in this market. What's happening is that this, some people bag their own local rice, pretending that it is the same Stallion or upper that people are used to, that people are buying, which is wrong. You are still risking consumers. You are collecting from them what is not due, because what you are selling, what you intend to be selling is not what you are selling. It's not in that bag. But when people buy the total bag, that's when they find out that these things are not the original product that they are used to.
You're watching the news update coming up after the break. Amidst escalating food crisis and general cost of living, Nigeria loses 30% produce post-harvest. Details of the story and more when we return from this short break. Join us again. You're welcome back. If you're just joining, this is a news update on Trust Television. Let's take a look at our headlines again. We told you earlier that Yahaya Bello placed on watch list and the Inspector General of Police withdraws security personnel. And the bandits seek peace talks with Zamfara governor and viral video. Now, moving on to more news, the recent signing into law of the Students' Loan Scheme, a policy meant to help the youth from poor homes acquire tertiary education in Nigeria, has continued to be hailed as a welcome development. But while President Tinubu appears to be committed to the scheme, Benue residents are saying that there may be a grey area that the government is yet to clearly communicate to members of the public. Jimmy Azande in Benue has more details.
According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics and the National Population Commission, Nigeria currently has a population of over 200 million. Unfortunately, more than half of this percentage are multidimensionally poor. Poverty aside, Benue residents say the loan scheme is a welcome development.
A lot of students need to find means of survival. So since the government can give them loan, and those loans will make them survive, it's a welcome development if the loans are fairly given.
After graduating from the high institution, there is no guarantee for job opportunity since the level of unemployment in the country is very high. So if the government should increase the year, it will give people the privilege and chance to settle down and find a job that suits their capacity to be able to provide the money in which they're supposed to repay to the government.
While some are wondering if the student loan policy can accommodate the demands of Nigerians for tertiary education, some are wary of the bottlenecks around the law, which they say might cause more harm than good.
If it is going to be possible, it will take a while because some of us here, after school, we don't even know if we are going to have a job. And if at all we are going to have a job, is it a job that will pay up to that amount that they give it to the federal government back?
So if they say this law should be established or should be implemented, I think it will be very hard for most students who are supposed to be the benefit, the people who are going to benefit from this law. I think it will be very hard for them to benefit from it because of the state of things in this country. So I don't think it's really actually a good thing. I don't see the feasibility of that in such a place like this.
The government should try to create job opportunities for graduates who will be able to pay back this loan in due time.
Stakeholders in the educational sector are of the opinion that government can do better with other empowerment policies for the teeming youth.
Students are not expected to be giving loans. Rather, they expect to be giving grants or scholarship as a nation to assist them further their education. Because a student taking a loan will find it difficult to pay after he or she graduates. Government should imbibe in the culture of giving students scholarship while they are in school. And as they graduate, the issue of NYC of 18 or whatever should be abolished. Rather be giving grants in the name of trying to establish themselves and be on their own after they have graduated.
While it sounds good, the mode of repayment might become cumbersome in a country already battling with rising unemployment rate. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
And away from Benue State, amidst escalating food crisis and general cost of living, Nigeria loses 30% of its farm produce post-harvest, a challenge that is worsening food insecurity across the country. Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute and its partners organized a post-harvest conference to find lasting solution to the challenge as the largest economy on the African continent faces growing food shortages. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
Nigeria loses a whopping sum of 3.5 trillion naira annually to post-harvest losses, according to a report by ActionAid in 2021. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture says the challenge is one of the factors contributing to the current food crisis in the country. Agriculturalists, researchers, and top government officials converge in Abuja to find a lasting solution to the ever-changing landscape of challenges facing the agriculture sector.
The problem is definitely big, because if you look at the percentage of loss, if you take, for example, a particular commodity, and we are producing maybe 7 million metric tons, and they tell you 20% of that is lost to post-harvest, then you can calculate the loss, not just to the farmers, but also to the country. Now, that is one side of the story. The other side of the story is that because of that loss, demand will not change, but supply has changed, which means price will go up. So these are the issues, and of course, seeing how the food crisis in the few months that has passed was felt by Nigerians, we have always known that food security is the #1 agenda of the country, and the president is totally committed to it.
Through collaboration and partnership, the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute expresses determination to address post-harvest loss as it holds the first ever Post-Harvest Connect in the country with the theme Scaling Appropriate Post-Harvest Solutions for Sustainable Food and Nutrition Security.
Nigeria as a government, we are ready to partner with all international, regional and national agencies and organizations that have solutions to reduce post-harvest losses, either at the technical level, at the financial level, or at the social level. That's just the main message. Let us connect and work together.
It starts from grains, which will have 20% loss, right up to the worst aspect where you have the fruits and the tuber crops where we have 50% loss. So the statistics is there. We all know the statistics. On the average, we make it 30% because when we put all the crops together, you are hitting at 30%. And 30% is by no means, a very, very serious loss to any nation. Remember that these farmers hold these crops in trust for the country.
The event featured paper presentation, exhibition, and unveiling of an effective grain protectant patented by the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute. Ibrahim Ismail, Plus TV News, Abuja.
Now, for happenings outside Nigeria, the United States vetoed a widely backed UN resolution on Thursday that would have paved the way for full United Nations membership for Palestine, a goal the Palestinians have long sought and Israel has worked to prevent. The vote is the 15-member Security Council was 12 in favor, and the United States opposed, and 2 abstentions from the United Kingdom and Switzerland. United States allies France, Japan, and South Korea supported the resolution. The strong support for the Palestinians received reflects not only the growing number of countries recognizing their statehood, but almost certainly the global support for Palestinians facing a humanitarian crisis caused by the war in Gaza, now in its 7th month. U.S. Deputy Ambassador Robert Wood said this is the second Palestinian attempt for a full membership and comes as the war in Gaza has put the more than 75-year-old Israeli-Palestinian conflict at center stage. And that brings us to the end of the news at this hour. For more programming, documentary, and more news, visit our social media platforms and also follow us as well. I am Martia Umar. On behalf of the news crew, I want to say thank you for watching and stay tuned.